What if I told you that the key to living beyond 90 isn't tucked away in some futuristic pill, locked in elite genetics, or buried inside a super restricted diet? Imagine if it came down to a few incredibly simple habits that thousands of people over the age of 90 have in common, habits that you can begin right now. This isn't a theory or a motivational story. This is grounded in one of the most fascinating studies of our time. Scientists followed over 1,000 people aged 90 and older from various continents and vastly different cultures. These people didn't just survive the years. They thrived in them. They laughed. They danced. They remembered their loved ones' birthdays. And when researchers laid their lives side by side, they saw patterns emerge, 8 to be exact. 8 daily habits practiced by almost every one of these long-living legends. Let me walk you through what these scientists uncovered, not through charts and data, but through real stories. Let's dive into the living rooms, gardens, kitchens, and daily walks of these people. I want you to meet them like I did, because I believe that when you see yourself in them, you'll be inspired to adopt the very habits that could make your life not just longer, but deeply meaningful. Meet Sophia. She's 97 and lives in a small, weather-worn home by the sea in Sardinia. When I visited her, she offered me sun-dried tomatoes and fresh herbs from her garden, not realizing she was already showing me Habit 1, morning light exposure and connection to nature. She wakes with the sunrise, barefoot on the soil, her hands nurturing basil and tomatoes. Her bare feet, the sunlight on her skin, the scent of plants. These aren't random. They reset her circadian rhythm, lower her cortisol levels, and flood her with a cocktail of happy neurotransmitters. Sophia never owned a smartphone. She speaks slowly, listens deeply. When she laughs, her eyes sparkle with life. Then there's Joseph in California. 94, a retired mechanic, always smelling faintly of motor oil and cinnamon. Every morning he prepares a simple breakfast, ties his shoes, and walks down to the local community center. Not to sweat on a treadmill, but to play chess. One match every morning against different opponents. It's Habit 2, mental challenge through play. That game of chess, it's not just fun. It keeps his prefrontal cortex buzzing. But it's not only the chess, it's the conversation, the jokes, the teasing, the shared history. That's Habit 3, daily social connection. Loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Joseph unknowingly smashes that risk with his morning routine. Emmy lives in Okinawa, and she's 91. When I first sat at her kitchen table, I was struck by the quiet elegance of her movements. She prepared miso soup with such attention to detail, slicing vegetables like each cut was a form of meditation. She doesn't count calories, doesn't track macros. She simply follows the wisdom passed through generations. Harahachi Bu. Stop eating when you're 80% full. That's Habit 4, mindful moderation in eating. It's subtle, yet so powerful. Studies now confirm that this kind of daily restraint leads to lower insulin resistance, reduced inflammation, and longer telomeres. And you can feel it. Emmy radiates calm energy, not from restriction, but balance. Lars in Sweden is 96. He used to deliver mail on foot for 4 decades. Now retired, he walks daily to the same bakery he's been visiting since the 1950s. He doesn't do it because he read it in a health magazine. It's just his life. Rain, snow, or sun. He walks 3 kilometers total, round trip. This is Habit 5, low-intensity daily movement. Scientists call it NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's the quiet hero of metabolism. Lars never lifts weights, yet his posture is straighter than most 40-year-olds. His body's used to moving, not sitting. He doesn't own a recliner. Maria from Costa Rica is 93, and every morning she writes a letter. Not an email, not a text. A handwritten, folded, stamped letter. She does this as part of a volunteer program for people in hospitals. Each letter ends with a unique compliment or sentence of thanks. This is Habit 6, gratitude. Gratitude is not just a warm feeling, it rewires the brain. MRI scans show that people who practice daily gratitude have better mood regulation, better immune systems, and sleep more soundly. Maria told me, When I write something kind, I feel like I heal too. Now let's visit George. He's a 90-year-old Seventh-day Adventist in Loma Linda, California, one of the 5 blue zones in the world. Every Saturday, he observes the Sabbath. This isn't just religious devotion. It's a lifestyle. It's Habit 7, weekly spiritual and communal rest. On that day, he doesn't check email. He doesn't mow the lawn. He eats with friends, walks in nature, sings. It's a complete break from the week's chaos. That rhythm, that pause, it resets his entire nervous system. And the benefits show: lower blood pressure, reduced chronic inflammation, and a life deeply rooted in joy. Now the final habit, the one often overlooked, yet the most regenerative of all: sleep. Deep, uninterrupted sleep. All these elders had one thing in common: ritualized bedtime. No screens, no drama. Emmy listens to gentle music. Joseph rereads the same old novel every night. George lights a candle and prays. This is Habit 8, quality sleep hygiene. They treat sleep like medicine, and science agrees. While we sleep, our brain flushes toxins, repairs cells, balances hormones. It's not optional, it's essential. You might be wondering, do these people have perfect lives? Absolutely not. Every single one has endured hardship, loss, illness, betrayal. But what they all share is a toolkit of daily, almost invisible actions that make their bodies and minds resilient. Now I want you to think of your life like a story. What scenes repeat every day? What rituals open and close your chapters? Because the secret isn't in chasing something extraordinary. It's in choosing again and again to show up in small ways. You don't need to start all 8 habits at once. Pick one, just one. Maybe tomorrow morning you step outside barefoot and let the sunlight touch your face. Maybe you call someone and laugh. Maybe you write a thank you note. These aren't quick fixes. They're quiet revolutions. Remember, the biggest indicator of your lifespan isn't in your genes. It's in your calendar. It's what you do consistently, not occasionally. So live like Sophia, think like Joseph, eat like Emmy, move like Lars, give like Maria, reflect like George, and sleep like your body's counting on it. Your story isn't over. It might just be beginning. Thanks for staying with me. Now go live, deliberately, joyfully, and long.